Okay, so hi. We're seeing lots of people joining. We still have a few people from the waiting room as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're a bit at an awkward start right here. Sorry about that. But anyways, hello again. So I'm Coach Karen for those who have been attending one of our previous live workshop sessions. Hello again. Nice to meet you all and welcome back if you have been joining us for the past couple of months with these types of events. And of course, let's do a quick sound off. I want to know where you guys are watching from. Yeah, okay, so as expected, we got a lot of peeps from the US here. Oh, we got Ryosuke from Canada, we got Nathan from Dallas, in you Sahib from the US, Jude from the UK. Oh, hi. Hi Jude. It's pretty late where you are. Welcome. We're happy to have you here. We got Peter from Brazil, Thea from California. We got Sarah from Canada. Nice. We also have Jaden from the UK, Joseph Smith from the US. We got Ken from the Philippines. Good morning. All right. We got Silvana from Georgia. Nice. We are definitely a multicultural group here at LTDM, and we really appreciate you guys for making the time to join. It's awesome to see you here. And of course, you being here is like a really good step of the first big step that you need to take to level up. Yeah, to level up and make that really awesome manga that you want to make for, to share your stories with the rest of the world and to one day, of course, get published and submit to contests and all that jazz. Yay. All right. So, we appreciate you for showing up. And of course, we'd be happy if you guys could spread the word. If you know anyone, like someone who like you also aspires to be a mangaka or know how to hook readers with one sentence, like for those who don't know how to share their stories and have very little time to share them, if you know someone who's struggling with that, feel free to invite them into the Zoom, especially since we're having trouble with the YouTube live stream right now. So spread the word. And of course, as always, we want to encourage you to hit the bell notification on our YouTube channel so you always get notified for events like these when they're going to happen. Yeah. All right. Okay. So since we already have a lot of people in the Zoom, I think it's good to get started. So I want to know if everyone's ready. If you are, type I'm ready in the chat. I want to see some hands. I want to see who is excited to learn. Today it's gonna be a bit of a writing kind of a workshop. Yeah, nice. We're seeing lots of people saying I'm ready, pulling off the I'm SpongeBob kind of ready, yes. That kind of energy. There we go. Yeah. Okay, lots of people. I'm ready. All right. Okay. So, so now that everyone's ready, I'm gonna present you a scenario. Now, people who attended the last logline session are familiar with this, but um, for those who are joining us for the first time, I'm gonna give you this scenario. You're at an anime convention and you meet a famous publisher from Weekly Shonen Jump in an elevator. Okay? Now, you're gonna have less than 30 seconds to tell them what your story is about. How will you do it? So, I'm gonna go ahead and give you those 30 seconds. Go ahead, tell me what your story is about in 3, 2, 1, go. Type your story. Try to figure out how you can tell that story in 30 seconds. The elevator is running. Oh, we got already have some one from Isaac. Yeah, I'm gonna read about three answers from the group, random, chosen at random. Okay. All right. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and there we have it. Okay, wow, nice. So out of how many are we in the Zoom room? Out of 30, 30, 33 people, we only have a handful who were able to type it up in the chat. Okay, so let's choose some. I want to go with okay, I'm going to go with Isaac first and then Axel and then Paul. Paul Philpott. Yeah, chosen at random. Okay, so let's go with Isaac's. For Isaac, let me see. Maybe you want to read this for me, Isaac. Hang on. Are you cool with unmuting? And then you can read this for the rest of us. Hang on. Let me just get you to unmute. There we go. Hi, Isaac.
Hello.
Ayo. All right. So can you read this for us?
Yeah, it's a shonen story about a monster boy who trains to become a warrior who will save monsters from human oppression. The problem is that he burns up in sunlight.
Nice. Oh, that's a pretty good premise and bite size enough. I like this. Good job, Isaac. So we're gonna get back to the detailed feedback on this one in a little bit. So let's go with Oh, and thank you. Thank you, Isaac, for reading this for us. And next one is I think I said hang on. Oh no, your pitch got buried in the chat. Okay, there we go. Axel. So for Axel, let me know if you're cool with unmuting. I'm gonna go ahead and send you that unmute request.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hello.
Ayo.
Hello.
All
Can
right.
you
So
hear
can
me?
you read this for us?
Yeah. It's a couple of teenage that doesn't expect that they experiment with that far as it goes. That's it.
Nice. Nice. Thank you so much, Axel. It's short, it's sweet, and definitely something you can say in 30 seconds. Yeah. So I'm going to get back to you in a bit as well. Thank you, Axel. And then last one is Paul. Okay. So we want to hear from Paul Philpott. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to unmute. And can you read this for us, please?
Hey, I'm here.
Ayo. All right. Can you read this for us, please? Your pitch. There we go.
Yeah, uh, the story I had was about a girl who or a boy who finds a crystal in a cave that gives him the ability to turn to a girl
Nice. Thank you so much, Paul.
with psychic.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I accidentally muted you. Hang on. Let me get you back here, Paul. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. Continue. Yeah.
I said, and in his girl form he gets psychic powers.
Mm. Nice, nice. So it's a gender bent. It's one of those gender bent kind of stories.
Sort
Interesting.
of.
Nice, nice. Okay, thank you so much, Paul. Okay, so I want to ask you guys a question. For those who read, for those who listened to these pitches, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you have, upon hearing about them, does it make you want to read them at first glance? Okay, like at first glance, upon hearing them, like within the limited time frame we gave these three aspiring mangaka, you as readers, would you want to read them? Okay, King says maybe, Isaac's definitely. I'm not. Yes, kind of. Oh, okay. I'm curious to know. Okay, so Jennifer says yes. Sarah says I'm not sure. Okay, these are very interesting answers. Okay, so I want to know, for those who are unsure, okay, I want to know why your answer is you're not sure. Okay, so Nathan says nothing specifically got me hooked. Okay, I think that's a valid answer, and that we're here to learn. Okay, Sylvana says maybe pause. Oh, nice, nice. For those who say yes, tell me why. I wanna hear the answers. Why do you want to read them? And for those who say that they're not sure or they're not hooked, like let me know why. Like what's missing. Okay? Yeah, because I think this is a good discussion to have. Okay, so Jim Jim, sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. Huting. I'm sorry. You could correct me. To be honest, didn't really like Excels. Aw. Let's have a healthy discussion. I want to know why, you know. I think it's good to know because all of you guys are hearing about or reading about the other person's stories for the very first time. You don't know them, you've never seen their manga, you've never seen their script. So I want to know what's missing, and I want to know if you got hooked. I want to know why. Okay. So Jim says he liked the story about Monster Boy. Okay, Amar says it depends on interest. That's a good answer. Okay. All right. So for Peter, it how it performs, but it didn't catch my attention. Ooh, interesting. Mallory says more descriptions. Maybe so. There's not enough information that catches your eye. That I think that's valid. Okay, and Thea says they didn't describe their stories in a way that made me excited. Nice. Okay, take note of these, guys. These are really important. Now, I want to hear from those who said that they want to read it. Okay. Okay, so we have one from Ryosuke. He said, I like Isaac's story idea because it has an interesting premise to me. How it's executed is gonna be a different case. Also a valid point. All right? Yeah, and here's the funny thing. Um, some stories have really, really good hooks, but throughout it might not be interesting after all. So, or some stories are, they are legit good but the hook is not good enough. So what we're here for today, the reason why we're here today is we want to get that first hook. We want to make sure that um at the first taste your your what do you call this, that's the right term, the person who hears about your story, whether or not they think it's good yet or not, we want to encourage them to like want to read it regardless of whether they know it's good or not yet, because that's what this workshop is here for. Yeah. Okay, so these are really amazing answers, guys. And the key here is to put yourself in the reader's shoes, right? We all love to read manga, so we gotta think like us, we gotta put on our reader hat on. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for participating in this quick activity. The webinar is over. I'm kidding. Okay, so um, thank you again for doing the activity. And this is something that I encourage you guys to do with your fellow aspiring mangaka. Try to test it out. Try to figure out a way to tell your story in just one sentence and see how it works with others. Okay, so now here's my other question. So for those who didn't get picked, or for everyone who tried to tell their story in 30 seconds, do you feel confident that you were able to tell your story quickly and clearly? I want to hear from those that I picked earlier. So based on the responses that we got from people in the chat, those who said that they were unsure or they were interested, like, do you think that you were able to say what you wanted to say about your story quickly and clearly? Okay, we got Sahib says yes and no. Okay, so there's some uncertainty here. Okay. No, it's okay. Even for those who didn't say. Okay, Paul says a little. Okay, that's good. Well, we want to get it to a point where you can confidently say yes by the end of this workshop. Okay? All right. All right. Okay, Ruben says yes. Okay, good to hear that there are people who are confident. Yeah. Lapi says yes, but it's obvious that my pitch needs to be refined a bit more. That's a good response. It's good to be confident, but also understand that there is an opportunity to improve. Yeah. Mallory says it's hard to do in one sentence. Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that. Yeah. Okay. So nice. So I'm seeing some yeses. Some people say I could improve a bit more. Some people say I did it a bit slow, and that's okay. All right. I'm glad to hear all these answers. And if for those who say that they found it hard, it's okay. It's okay to admit that you struggled because even people who have been in this industry for a long time, whether you're a writer or a manga artist, they struggle just as much at a certain point. Okay? So saying something is hard means you're ready to learn and get better. Yeah. All right. So we I would say every great mangaka, they all started like you guys, struggled with trying to say their ideas clearly and concisely, but by talking about what's tough, you're already improving. So you guys say sharing your answers with our other fellow aspiring mangaka here, that's a good sign that you're ready to move forward and level up. Okay? So the whole point of this exercise is, you see, publishers read thousands of stories every day. Okay, and they need a quick way to find the best ones, the ones that really get people hooked, and that's where super short and interesting pitch comes in. Same thing that you guys did earlier. If you can sum up your story in one sentence, it really helps them notice your work. Yeah. And I'm seeing here there are people who say their story is very complex. Like maybe you're inspired by Monster or Berserk, like Kylan, what King is saying here in the chat, and that's okay. But the thing is, how do editors know that you're not just another Monster or Berserk copycat? Like what makes your story unique? Why should I be invested? Yeah. So, what we're aiming for is that by the end of this training, you will have learned how to get your manga readers hooked with just one sentence, or maybe two, or three, nothing more than three. All right? Okay. So, I hope I'm not going too fast for you guys. Let me know if I'm going too fast. So, to create that wonderful hook, you have to focus on these two main steps. So, number one, you had to provide a really clear idea of your main plot and your central conflict. So, whether or not you have a simple story or an epic story that spans so and so chapters, focus on what the most important obstacle is that you need to overcome. And number two, you gotta figure out your story's core elements. Who's the most important character? What's the most important, if you have a plot device or something, like what is that one thing that makes it so important that even if I don't know about your story's entire lore, it's okay. I don't care about that right now. As someone who doesn't know your story, what's the most important thing? Okay. All right. So now, why do you gotta listen to me? Why do you have to listen to us? So, we're gonna do a really quick introduction for those who are joining us for the first time. We are Learn to Draw Manga, and we've worked with amazing artists like Naoyazawa, who made Wedding Peach, and Renasaya, who has also worked on manga and collabed on how to draw manga books. So, together, these two amazing pro mangaka have over 50 years of combined experience in the manga industry. So they've done it all. They've won contests, they got published, and they taught their beginner students in Japan on how to draw manga. And they know what they're doing. So we stand by whatever we say, these are things that we've learned from them. And of course, we also work with Steph Pastrano, who's a professional webtoon artist. He started out on social media as a fan artist to popular shonen, and now he's the lead artist to an ongoing webtoon and is working on doujinshi works. And of course, we recently welcomed a new mentor in LTDM, the one and only Art Crumbs, the creator of the God's Bane series as well as the Viz Originals One Shot Onami. And in the last 3 years, we've worked with nearly 400 beginner anime and manga artists. So just want to show you guys some of the works that our fellow students have made. We got Steven, who joined us last year, and this is the progress that he has made in 3 months. We also have Jay, who was able to polish up the way that he did his Yonkoma in 4 months. The storyboards are getting better and better each time. And of course, we have Garrett. So, Garrett is one of the students we featured last year in the channel. he's becoming more confident with the way he panels his works. And of course, we're here now. Now that you guys are here, we're here to take you to the next level and help you create that manga that you feel proud of. All right. So, if you're excited to continue to learn more about how we can polish up your manga making skills by learning to create a hook that hooks your readers, type I'm excited in the chat. I want to see. Okay, there you go. Yeah. I see my autistic team of teenagers. Goodness, Savannah. Yeah. We're all running on am I allowed to say that we're all running on like energy, like excited energy. I'm excited that the one. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're running on caffeine. I literally have like a mug of coffee in front of me right. Yeah. And while guys, while we're doing this workshop, feel free to like take a sip of your coffee or your tea or have your dinner. Like it's all casual here. Nice. Free virtual coffee. Okay, so I'm seeing lots of people excited. I'm glad to hear that. Now, I want you guys to stick around if you are any of these qualifiers. So if you have a unique story to share, but nothing to show after years of work, I think a lot of people can relate to this. Or if you're feeling overwhelmed by your long, complicated story and don't know where to start, or if you believe it's your destiny, it's your calling to share your story, and you being here means you're ready to commit. And last but not least, if you want to publish your manga, join contests, and eventually work with publishers, this is the workshop for you. If you're not any of these, then we don't want to waste your time. If you're here just to learn how to write or you just want to learn drawing, I think that's valid, but there's a lot of resources available online for that. So if you're not here to learn how to make manga, or if any of these is they're not your goals, I think it's okay. We don't want to waste your time. But if you're this kind of person, stick around. Stay. You are one of us. Okay, so okay, I'm not seeing anyone leave the Zoom room, and I'm happy to see that. Okay, so if you are still with me, I just want to say congratulations and drop that clap emoji in the chat. Congratulate yourself for being here. Yay! There we go. Yes, nice, nice, nice. Okay, so hi again, guys. For those who arrived a bit late, who joined the Zoom room a bit late, I am Coach Karen. I'm one of the student success coaches from Learn to Draw Manga. I am a professional illustrator and have been making book cover illustrations for independent authors and have had experience working um what was it, creating chibi art for a company that I cannot name for non-disclosure for because I have an NDA. And I'm also working on web novels as well. So, hi, hello. Happy to meet you guys. And yeah, welcome. So, the first thing that you need to create a, what do you call this? Good, a one sentence hook is what we call the ideation formula. Okay, so the ideation formula is a very fancy way of saying how to create that what if scenario or the premise. It's a fancy term, but let's just call it ideation formula because it's better that way. So, uh, the question here that we have is, here's an example. So what if you take a guess what this anime is about? So what if a teenage boy who's a martial arts prodigy turns into a girl when exposed to cold water and turns back into a boy when exposed to hot water? The clue is, okay, I'm already seeing you guys are true weebs, okay? The true weeb. Ram Mahap. Nice, nice, nice. Who's watching this anime? Yeah, who's a fan of I arguably this is one of Rumiko Takahashi Sensei's better works. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, as someone who is very invested in the nostalgia, I honestly prefer the earlier anime. But if you're a fan of the revamp, that's also cool, you know. Every form is unique. Yes. Okay, so this is yeah, the ideation formula, it sets the, what do you call this, the premise, like it gives you an idea what the story is about, but this is not necessarily what you would call the what do you call this, that one sentence, you know. This is not necessarily what you immediately present to editors. It's a hook, yes. It's the thing that makes you go, ooh, what's the answer? What's the answer to this question? Okay. But it's not enough. You know, we can't use this yet. So what we use this for is, yeah, the hook. You know, this is what we call the hook. This is what we call a quick pitch. It's a quick pitch because it's something you can say in less than 30 seconds. However, this is not this does not present the entirety of what your story is about. What it only does is elicit curiosity. It makes you ask what happens next. I need to know more because I find it interesting. Okay? And what we do is we use this what if scenario to create what we would like to call a log line. Okay, so I think for those who were here in our past workshops, some of you probably already know what this is. But for those who are knowing about log lines for the first time, a log line, to simply put it, is a sentence that sums up what your story is about. In some cases, it can be two sentences or three sentences, but we really want to challenge you guys to do this in just one sentence. And why that is because if we try to describe our story longer than necessary, you risk losing people who don't know your story, because what it makes you feel is like, oh, I have to learn all that. I have to listen to all this just to get invested. You know. So now this log line is used to quickly tell us the core, the essence of your story. And this is also used to attract the interest of publishers, producers, and audiences. Okay. So I remember, like, like what you guys mentioned earlier. Um, like some of you said yes to the examples that we got from Isaac, from Axel, and from Paul. Philip. Uh, sorry, I forgot the name. Yeah, from Paul. Yes. So some of you said yes. Some of you said you were unsure. So um, the key to like making a really good log line is to keep it short and simple. Okay. So the more complicated it is, the more difficult it is to hook readers. But keeping it short and simple doesn't necessarily mean that it's so simple that it's boring. It's so simple that I don't know enough. I remember some of you guys saying that there's not enough information. Okay. So, what kind of information do we need to have in the log line for it to be interesting? Okay. So, what your log line needs to include are the following. You got your main character. And when I say main character, it has to be the most important one. Ideally one, but if there are two main characters, then just the two of them. Okay? So, or if this is like a party kind of like in the context of a one shot, ideally we want to see just one or two. But if you're doing a series, well, it depends. And that's something we can discuss later on once we get to the activity part of the workshop. Now, second, what is the goal? What are they trying to achieve? What are they trying to overcome? And we have your conflict. What or who is standing in their way? And then lastly, the stakes. What happens if they fail? And this is really important because if we cannot describe what's at stake, then it'll be hard to convince people why they should care. Okay? So let me get to this next slide. Here's an example of a hook. So, who would like to read the? I'm gonna read the hook, and I'm gonna be picking someone to read the log line for us. Okay, so your our hook is: what if two brothers tried to use forbidden alchemy to bring their mother back to life, but instead They lost parts of their own bodies, which forces them to go on a dangerous quest to find a stone that might restore them. Okay, so who would like to read Diesel logline? Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing someone say, okay, Amar. Amar was the first to volunteer. So let me go ahead and let's have you unmute. Wait, let's see. There we go.
Hello.
Hi, hi, welcome, welcome. Okay. All
Okay,
right, great.
so
Mhm.
two brothers search for a powerful stone to fix their bodies after a failed attempt to bring their mother back to life. But dangerous enemies and dark secrets stand in their way.
No.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you so much, Amar. Yay.
Welcome.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, a lot of people are saying the FMA. This applies to both the FMA, the earlier anime adaptation, and Brotherhood. Yeah, both are equally great, but obviously Brotherhood is better. Okay, so this is an example of a log line. Okay, so the what do you see as the difference? I want to hear about the difference between the hook and the log line. Other than the hook being in question form. Yeah. I want to see some answers. Okay. Sights and observation. Okay, any kind of observation. Yeah, okay. Oh yes, Sarah, that is correct. The log line is shorter. Yeah. Okay. Okay. More to the point. Yes, thank you, Jim. Okay, I want to see others' answers as well. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, who else? Who else has some ideas on the difference between the two? All right. Nice. Amar says it has the completed story in simple sentences without wasting time. Okay, Nick says the hook focuses more on the main characters. Nice. That is a good answer. Okay. And then we have, okay, yes, logline gives long story short, summarized version. Yeah. Okay, very good, Axel. So hook makes a question and the log line gives an answer. Okay, that's a good one, a good answer. Yes. All right. It's condensed. Log line tells the basic idea. Rio's case is characters versus plot. Yes, that is also a good answer. Nice. Okay, I'm seeing. I'm glad you. I'm happy to see all these answers. The hook is a question, and the log line is the plot. Yeah. Okay, 825. Okay, the log line gives me more questions in a good way or in a bad way. Okay, I'm interested to know your answer. Like, what does that mean? In a good way, nice. Okay, glad to hear that. Okay, and that's the kind of response that we need to get, you know. So there are two types of curiosities when it comes to readers. The kind of questions that are like, I don't get it. Like, what is this? Like, the kinds of questions that imply that the reader doesn't get it. And then you have the other kind, which is the questions that make the reader want to read it because they're curious. They want to figure out more. What is this powerful stone? Like, this must be something so tragic, you know? I think that that is like the key to a good logline. Nice one, guys. Thank you for participating. Okay, so let's break this log line down. Okay, so obviously we have the two brothers as the main character, and we have the goal clearly stated here. They want to search for a powerful stone to fix their bodies. So, why do they want to fix their bodies? It also answers that question that justifies the goal. They want to find this stone because of the consequences of a failed attempt to bring their mother back to life. But the thing is, they have enemies. There are dark secrets, and these may get in the way of finding the stone and fixing their bodies maybe a lot quicker. Maybe it might delay them from achieving that goal, or maybe won't ever achieve that goal ever because there's so many things standing in their way. Okay, so that's the ingredients that are needed to make a convincing log line. Now, I remember in the last workshop that we had, there was like someone who has asked Coach Karen, like, what if my story doesn't involve action or enemies? Like, I don't really, they don't really have to fight a bad guy or something. Well, the thing is, this also applies to a non-action or non-fantasy kind of story. If there's no enemy to beat, that's fine. Now here we got an example from Nichijou. So how many of you here are familiar with Nichijou? Like a funny anime. High school girls that go hee hee ha ha. Yeah. Nice. Okay, okay. So yeah, okay, Yuko is the best girl. Okay, very great. Yeah, like a wellspring of memes Nichijou is. Okay, so I wanna see someone volunteer to read a log line for the sample log line for Nichijou. Okay. Oh, Shanard. Oh no, 825 it got was first to volunteer. Okay. So let's have you unmute. There we go. Okay, let's try again. Hmm. Oop. Let's try again 825. I'm trying to send you an unmute request. Let me know. There we go. Mm-mm. Okay, are you Ah, I see, I see. Got it. Okay, Shanard. Let's go with Shanard. It's okay, 825. So for Shanard, there we go. Mm-hmm.
Hello. How are you
Hi.
today?
Doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I am doing good.
All right. All right. Okay, so can you read this for us, please?
All right. I will do my best. In a seemingly normal town, three high school girls deal with super weird and funny things every day, like talking cats, a robot classmate, and crazy adventures that make their lives anything but normal.
Nice. Thank you so much, Shanard. Are you a voice actor by any chance? That was a really good read.
No, but
Nice.
I do want to become one.
Nice. Best of luck. You have a talent, like the really good inflection and all that. Nice. Yeah.
Thank you,
Don't
Coach Karen. I
you're
spiritually give you a hug.
Oh, I accept that spiritual hug. You are one of us. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you, Shannon. I'll get back to you hopefully in our next activity and some of you guys as well. Okay, so now again, going back to what I said earlier, this is an example of a log line that talks about a story that doesn't necessarily have an enemy to overcome or a villain. So, what is stated here is the conflict that they have to deal with is just surviving. Okay, they just want to be normal high school girls, but there's lots of weird stuff that are happening, and they can't have a normal high school experience because of all the weird stuff that they encounter every day. Okay, and I think you need to notice that even if you don't necessarily say what the stakes are, by using words and phrases that hint the conflict that they have to deal with, you can effectively say all like what the stakes are. Yeah, okay, like here as you can see. Okay, so now when it comes to making a log line, you don't just stick with your first idea. Sometimes you gotta explore different angles and try making different versions. Now, I say this because when we did our, what do you call this? When we did our activity earlier, I gave you guys 30 seconds. Some of you guys said, I think I needed a bit more time to like polish up what I wanted to say. There were more things that I wanted to say, but couldn't because of the time frame. I only had 30 seconds alone with the editor of Weekly Shonen Jump in the elevator. So, what we can do is we can try experimenting, we can make different versions of the same story and see which one best represents the kind of feel, the kind of vibe that we want to go for. So, I want to show you two examples. So this is the first one. So on the top row, we have the log line that we had earlier for FMA. And then I want you guys to compare this against this log line below. So who wants to read this new log line at the bottom? Okay, we have Ryosuke volunteering. Okay, let's have you read this for us. There we go. Yeah, just the second one. um okay, let me try again. Okay. Hi Ryosuke. Oh, did it not unmute? Yeah, let me try again. I can't find you in the chat. Did you get yoted? Oh, never mind. I found you. No, it's okay.
Hello,
Hi. Hi Ryosuke. How are ya?
I'm good.
Nice. Okay, so please read the second logline for us.
Two young alchemists fight dangerous enemies and uncover secret plots as they search for a powerful stone to restore their lost bodies.
Nice. Thank you so much, Ryosuke. Nice voice. You guys should start a voice acting collective. You and Shannard.
I do voice impressions like just for fun. Like
Nice. Dude, if you like quick tangent, if you're gonna be pitching a log line someday, like if you happen to encounter a publisher, you have to like read your log line, say your log line in your voice impressions. That's it's gonna help. Trust me.
Spike's people talking about
Yeah,
romance.
yeah. Add a little bit of spice. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Honor.
Okay. All right. Okay, and also hi build. It's okay for we glad that you could make it. Yeah, you didn't you still have a lot to learn. Don't worry. Okay, so question. What's the difference between version 1 and version 2 of this logline? Ooh, okay. I'm reading some answers. Okay, so Nathan says the first log line hooks me in more than the second. Okay, that's good. I wanna know why. Tell us about what what makes the first one more interesting. Okay, so for Sahib, he says the formula is arranged differently, but gives it a different more emphasis on the consequences that they told to the audience as an attention grabber. Nice answer. Nice. Okay. I'm the kind of woman that can kick my ass. Yeah, you really are one of us. There's a lot of there's we were a lot of degenerates in the LTDM class. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Uh, okay, so for Sarah, it doesn't really tell us who the characters are. That's also a good answer. Okay, so for Nathan, it drops the mother plot line. Yes, yes, that is the difference between 1 and 2. One of the major differences. Yeah, nice. Amar says version 1 gives more information for simple sentences, and it also gives a hook. Isaac says version 2 uses more active language. Yes, nice. Okay, so King says one has more focuses more on the secrets of the world. Second one sounds like an action-packed shonen. Okay, first one has more details about the story. Nice, nice. Okay, one is about the goal, two is about the conflict. Okay, so I'm seeing nice. I really love these answers because yes, the second one is written in a way that appeals to a shonen manga magazine. Okay, so that means if I were an editor, because if I were someone reading this log line instead of the first one, my idea is every episode is gonna be uh what do you call this? A battle, a shonen bro battle fest. Like that's gonna be it. And the second one also doesn't highlight the the inciting incident. What I mean by inciting incident is it's that thing that made the things go bad in the first place. namely the mom being brought back to life, or an attempt at bringing the dead mom back to life. It's not highlighted here, which means it's not important. But if I was an editor and this is what I read, and then I see the first chapter of your story and find that there's the the tragedy, the mom being brought back to life, I'd be like, why didn't you include this in your log line? This is important. Why isn't it here? So you guys have to think about the important things that set off the plot, that kick the plot into gear. If it's not in your log line, but it's in your script, it's in your storyboard, then that's something you need to rethink the way that you write your log line. The thing is, this second one isn't necessarily bad, but I do like that some people found the first version more interesting because not only does it include the promise of action and mystery, it also includes the promise of drama. Okay? Bit of a spoiler. Oh, come on. Yeah, version 1 gives reason and little detailed as well as what reason and info to. Yes. Okay, so I'm seeing people who like version 2 more. And that's okay because the thing is you have to think about who your readers are. If you want people who love shonen, who love battle, go with something that is similar to version 2. But if you want to attract readers who are also in it for the drama and the mystery, then maybe you want to go with version 1. And that goes it goes the same way, like, let's think of it. Let's put ourselves in the shoes of a mangaka who's gonna go to Shueisha, for example, or Kodansha, and you wanna pitch to Weekly Shonen Jump. And obviously, what they're gonna look for are stories that are inclined to the shonen demographic. So your logline has to emulate that. But say maybe you were a seinen guy. Maybe you want to go with something similar to Vinland Saga. Shout out to the Vinland Saga fans because I will always, always, always recommend people to watch Vinland Saga, or else I will be at your doorstep and haunt you forever. No, I'm joking. Yeah. Okay, so nice. So thank you guys for that. Yes, Vinland Saga is indeed amazing. Okay, so let's go with another version. So the second version. So version 1 and then version 2. I want to get a volunteer to read version 2. Okay, we got okay, so just I don't know who did it first, Jennifer or Sylvana. Okay, I think let's go with Jennifer, I think. Because Jennifer, from my end, Jennifer's message pop up first. Don't worry, Sylvana, we'll get to you. Hopefully, in the next one, we get to you. Okay. So for Jennifer, hi. I'm gonna ask you to unmute. There we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, hi.
Hi.
Okay. So would you read the second logline for us, please?
Okay. Um, Two brothers search for a powerful stone to fix their body after a failed attempt to bring their mother back to life, but dangerous enemy and dark secrets stand in their way.
Thank you. Can you read the bottom logline for us, please?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Versus after tragic accident leaves them broken, two brothers risk everything to find a powerful stone, but truth behind it may cost them even more.
Nice. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Thank you. All right. So I'm already seeing responses in the chat. Okay. So someone said, Ryosuke said version 2 is more ambiguous. Sahib says the second one really grabs you. It presents more mystery. Nice. Yeah. Okay. A25 second one appeals more to me because I like human drama and psychology. So Ken says, although vague, version 2 leaves an impression more since it makes you ask questions. Both hook, nice. Second version is so good. Best of both worlds. In the case, second one is more dramatic. Yes. Yes, you guys definitely got the gist of it. So the second version places more focus on the stakes. Okay? It Because you have version 1 who focuses on the two brothers. Okay, we're going back. So version 1, this one, this is about the brothers, the journey. Version 2 is about the fight scenes. And now you have version 3 that emphasizes what the cost, the failure, like, or what the risks, okay, and the mystery. Now, yeah. Nathan says second one keeps a dramatic hook while making it more concise. I still like the first one better, but this one is good. Nice. Yes, and that's okay. It's okay to have different preferences because again, you got to think about what kind of reader do you want to care care about. Okay, I'm having a hard time articulating this, but the point is think about your reader. There are different kinds of readers. So, which kind of reader do you want to appeal to? Which kind of editor do you want to appeal to? Which kind of emotion do you want to elicit in your reader? Okay? So, and the fact that some of you guys think version 1 is better, some of you think version 2 is better, some of you think version 3 is better. Now, that is also the kind of questions that you should be asking yourself when you're writing your logline. Don't just think about the stuff that's in your story. Think about what do I want? Why do I want these people to care? Why do I want Coach Karen to care about my story? I've never met Coach Karen before, but I want her to want to read my story even if she doesn't know everything. That should be the thing that that motivates you to create your hooks. Yes. Yeah, so your job as a pitcher is what and who you want to target with your log line. Exactly. And to do this, these three questions have to have clear answers. Number one, what do your characters truly want to achieve or overcome? What is that one thing? Okay, that one thing that is so important that your reader has to care about them overcoming it, and what is standing in their way. And when we think about the answer to this question, it really has to be something that feels difficult, because if it's not difficult, if it's not what do you call this, let's say I'm gonna present a scenario. Crush has a girly has a hard time confessing to crush because she's shy. That's been there, done that. Give me something more. What else is standing in her way other than her shyness? Because there's so many different versions of that already. So pick the one that matters, okay? And then the last one, what will happen if they fail? Okay? What happens if she doesn't confess? Will the world burn? Will aliens come and steal all our cows and maybe make gr- broccoli turn pink or something? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what your story is. So you gotta tell people. You gotta express that in your log line. And I understand that there's like a lot of us like to put mystery in our log lines. Mystery is fine, but that mystery um should not rob people of the answers to these three questions. Okay? All right. So, now that you know what you need to do to make a log line, yeah, I want to give you an activity. Okay, I'll give you. We have 15 minutes. I'm gonna give you 15. No, 10 minutes. Let's make it 10 minutes. No, 5. Okay, let's do 10 minutes. But if you guys can finish in less, I want to hear it. Okay, so create 3 different versions of a single story, and your different versions should have your main character, your goal, your conflict, and the stakes. Okay, and okay, I'm already seeing people writing in the chat. Okay, if you could put all three versions in one text, in one chat box thingies. Okay, so for Sahib, okay, this is a good question. What can we add our protagonist names in our log line? Okay, so my answer to that is it depends, but I will give you the answer that is relevant to this situation. I don't know who your characters are. I've never met them, I've never seen them. So I would advise against using proper names, okay? Like even if this person is anonymous, like this is a way to test your might, test your power. So like even you've never met her, but she's beautiful. She got red hair. She got a green sparkly dress. You know, you might like her. She's the kind of person that that does the ara ara noises. You would be you would die a happy man, woman, um yeah, you would die a happy person if you ever meet the heel of her shoe. You know, the kind of situation. Yeah. Okay, so um again, I recommend putting all of your versions in one text box so it's easy for us to compare them against one another, okay? All right. So, whew, it's very hot. Let me turn on my ventilator real quick. There we go. Noise. Okay. Yeah, Sahib is taking the challenge. Okay, we already have answers from Mallory and from Shanard and Jennifer and Satyam. Okay, make sure you guys put your versions 1, 2, and 3 in one text box so that it'll be easy for me to find them and compare them against each other. Yeah. Do do do. Do do do. Okay, we got here. And then we will pick mm, we will pick I'm gonna pick maybe 2 to 3 people at random. So don't worry about going first. I would rather you take the time to think about your 3 versions. Yeah. It's okay, Amar. This is what this activity is for. Even after this workshop, I recommend that you guys try to do this. Test your log lines and then find a friend, find a fellow mangaka who can go over your log lines and give you honest feedback about it. Because the only way you'll know if a log line is good if someone else reads it. And if you get a response out of them, that's how you know it works. Okay? And that's what we're doing today. We're going to test it. Don't worry if it's not interesting at first because I'd be more surprised if you're good at the first time. You are like I don't know. Either you have an incredible talent at writing or you're not human. So it's completely fine to not be good at it at the first time. That's what this training is for. Okay. Take your time, guys, because I'm gonna be choosing people at random. Doesn't matter if you went first, doesn't matter if you went last. Okay. Nathan got okay, Nathan has 3 different versions. Very good. Very good. Okay. I'm reading through all of these. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Mm. Mhm. Okay. Mm. Okay. I'm seeing very interesting stories here. I'm already seeing some stories that I would want to read if this was a manga. Okay, okay, all right. Okay, okay, let's read the next one. Mm, I'm seeing. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're seeing. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I'm gonna paste these things on the thingies. Oh, how do I? Electric power so good. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a fight. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Mm, let's see. Oh, I'm seeing really good. I'm seeing really good answers here. Okay. Mm. It's okay, Ichiri. This is what this workshop is for. Yeah. And you're welcome. I'm glad that this workshop is helping. Yeah. And of course, everyone who is here in the Zoom, um, put yourselves in the reader's shoes. Like, you feel free to give feedback on your fellow aspiring mangaka log lines as well. Yeah. Just be respectful about it. Be honest but respectful. Okay, and I'm choosing. I'm currently looking over the three. I'm looking over different the versions that you guys are having right now. Let me see. I'm gonna pull open my Google Doc here because I'm gonna start picking. I'm gonna start picking the stuff. We got 1 minute for those who are working on it, on their stuff. Okay. All right. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay, we got less than 20 seconds. Mm-hmm. All right, time is up, guys. So I'm just going over the answers. I'm looking for the third person that I'm gonna be critiquing at this time. Kindly, there we go. Oh, and then Mm-hmm. Nice one. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, guys. So I have made my choices, and I'm gonna be switching my screen real quick. Okay, I need to zoom in a little bit so everyone can see. First person on the chopping block. No, I'm joking. Is gonna be, there we go. Okay, let's call on Nathan. Nathan King. I'm gonna show your versions one, two, three on screen, and then I'll be asking you to unmute. There we go.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. How are you?
Doing good, doing good.
All right. Good to hear. Okay, so before I have you read, for those in the Zoom, can you see my screen? Can you see Nathan's log lines? Versions one, two, three? Drop some hands. Okay, very good. Very nice. Okay. All right. So can you read these three versions for us, Nathan?
Okay. um, so the story is called Degenerate. It's a coming of age satirical action sex comedy about a young man's anime body pillow becoming a jealous, sentient monster when he goes on a date with a real woman. After the woman is captured by the pillow, our hero gets caught in the middle of a war between heaven and hell trying to rescue her. Second logline, a little shorter, is a young man discovers his own self worth when his anime body pillow comes to life and kidnaps his crush, and he is forced to fight to save her. And
Mhm.
then the third one, try to go a little bit more information, but shorter than the first. A young
Mhm.
man's world is turned upside down when his anime body pillow reveals itself as a jealous supernatural monster and kidnaps the love of his life. He must fight against the worlds of religion, sex, and his own personal failings in order to save her.
Nice. Thank you for that, Nathan. So stick around for a bit because I want to hear, I want to hear the people's Vox Populi, the people's voice. Okay, so um, let me hear your thoughts, guys, about versions one, two, three. How do you feel about version one, version two, and version three? And which one is the most interesting? See, Ichiri says, drop the 50-page manga right now. You got a fan, Nathan. Okay. Mallory says, that sounds like an anime. Sahib says, one was the greatest one, in my opinion. Okay, I think this is, correct me if I'm wrong, Nathan, your version one, like, starts from a coming of age, or is this line a hook? Or is it part of the log line? Because that's the part that I got a bit confused. Oh, hang on. Let's unmute you again. Let's unmute you again. Maybe it might be quicker if you're cool with being unmuted. Okay,
Yeah,
some
I
people
appreciate
say
that. Yeah, so
nice.
so the first one is two sentences. I guess first and third are two sentences, but yeah, a coming of age is where that one starts. Like I said, I was just trying to cram as much info as I could with that.
Mhm.
But and kind of give a little bit about genre to see
Mhm.
if that could kind of help set the stage for it.
Mhm.
Um, but like I said, I'm kind of all three of these are kind of trying
Mhm.
for different levels of feeding information and
Mhm.
being specific or being more vague while trying to capture the complete idea
No.
of it.
Nice. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so there are a couple of people here who like one, some people like three, some people like two. So, before I give my personal thoughts, I want to hear from the public. Why do you like one? For the people saying version one, why do you like version one? For the people saying version two, why do you like version two? For people saying version 3, Ichiri, you can't love them all. Choose your best pick. Which one made you wanna go drop? Like you're the one who said drop the 50-page manga right now. Which one made you say that? Lapis says, I like number 3. Synopsis is hilarious. I like the idea about the body pillow. One is funny. Definitely read it. Okay. Okay, version 2 gives the long story short. Nice. Okay. Interesting version one I would read based on the funny description. Okay, nice, nice. Version 3 has the challenges that the protagonist has to face. That this is from Peter. Yeah, Jim says I'm very curious for the artwork. Yeah, see, look, you're starting to get a fan base, Nathan. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Yes.
I actually I have the first like 50 pages rough storyboarding, but I'm reworking it. But yeah,
Oh,
no, I mean I can drop my Instagram if in the chat if anyone wants to keep up with the story. But
nice, nice. Would love it if you can join the private class, because we can definitely help.
yeah,
In
I'm gonna be trying
Mm.
either in the summer or fall probably.
We'll be here, don't worry.
Sounds good.
Nice. And best of luck on your storyboard, because I
Thank you.
personally like the third one the best. Um and the reason why I say this is because this is a more um this one is good. I like this one, but I feel like this one tells a better version of the first one. Although I would argue there are people who prefer 1 over 2 and 3. So you got to think about that. Think about who you're pitching to. And since you're pitching to me, I'm going to go with the third. And the reason for that is the punchline of your story talks about all the stuff that this young man has to go through to achieve his goal. Basically, the gag happens in the conflict. And I feel like that's what you're able to do in your third log line. Yeah. So, and usually, even though this kind of works as a log line, because I know some log lines do state the genre. They mention the genre, they mention yeah. Yeah, coming of age, satirical action, sex comedy. Um there are publishers that are not a fan of this one. Not all. Some don't like these. So you gotta
Yeah.
know who you're pitching to.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's definitely not for teen magazine.
Yeah. Yeah. But this one, you can definitely get away with this one. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So thank you for sharing, Nathan, and good
of course.
job.
I'm gonna
Nice.
go ahead and mute.
Okay, thank you. And next, we're gonna go with Silvana. Okay, hi, Silvana. Welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and send you. Oh, is she still here? Oh, there we go. Silvana, I'm gonna ask you to unmute if you're cool with that. Hello, hello.
Hi,
Hi. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Nice. Okay, so can you please read these for us?
A princess born with the ability to take or give powers is used by her father and escapes trying to stop him, meeting her team along the way and working to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
A princess and knight who are working to stop a dictator give powers to an elf, orc, and human teenager to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
Gods bestow power to 5 kings and are in fury when a group of teenagers destroy monarchy after monarchy. That is from a different perspective, as the creators and stuff.
Nice. Thank you, Silvana. So I hope you stick around for a bit before you mute. Yeah, so can I hear from the people in the Zoom? What are your thoughts on versions 1, 2, and 3? Okay. So Mallory says version 2 is more interesting to me. Okay, I wanna hear why. I wanna hear why version 1, 2, and 3 is more interesting. Okay, so Sarah says version 1 gives more information about the story. Version 2 has interesting info and of OFC. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. I'm not that hip. Okay, Mallory says there are more characters and more setup for your version 1. Okay. Nice. Of course, God. Thank you, Amor. One has more detail. Yeah. Let me question Sylvana, because I feel like there's a part of me that feels like maybe you were trying to like make something within the time frame. So did you plan on writing a bit more for your two and three?
I did. I just didn't have enough time.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm glad to hear it. So I want to ask you a couple of questions, and maybe we can help you polish up your log lines a bit more. So, one, I do like that you explained who this princess is, because usually if you just say princess, I don't who is this princess? Who's this girl? Okay, so I like that you were able to give a bit more context as to who this anonymous princess is. Usually that's how it goes for these sorts of log lines. Um, I feel like I want to ask, like, in what way did her father use her? Like, why did he want to use her? Is my question.
Essentially, the gods of this universe gave stones that, just stay like in the castle and stuff, but they give those kings powers. This girl wasn't even supposed to have one, so basically she can just give her powers and take them away periodically. So having like the ability to do what's called one stone can do, but having it, like be like an aura type of thing inside her, it is kind of a way to like rule over your subjects with fear,
Mm.
saying, hey, I gave you the ability to, like, one of the stones give you strength and all that. So, like, hey, I gave you the ability to, make farm work easier. I can take that away if you don't give me stuff.
Ah, got it. Okay. I think that's an interesting premise. Mm, I recommend it, whether you go with one, two, or three, because I think it's important that we understand that the princess wasn't supposed to initially have these powers, because from what I see here, like when I first saw your log line, there's a different premise between your first and third um log line. I had a feeling that you wanted to write more but couldn't finish it. So if you could rewrite your log line, maybe eventually, try to think about how can I um hint that gods wanted to there are gods in this story, that initially these powers were supposed to be for these five kings, but somehow for some reason, instead of her father, she's the one who got the powers, and because her father's being a prick, he's using her to like um what do you call this, be a tyrant in the kingdom. I don't know if that's the focus of the story, okay? Because I also see here in your second leg line, um, if you had I not known about your story or when your explanation, I would have assumed that this is a different story altogether. Because it doesn't give me the hint about the the powers being bestowed or you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So, um yeah, I would say try to polish up your version 1 a bit more. Um Maybe a marriage between 1 and 3, and then you can go from there. Okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Sylvana. Okay, and then last but not the least, let's have Sarah on the stage. Okay, Sarah, there we go. I'm gonna ask you to unmute for a bit. Hello. Hey, Sarah. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. I think your mic isn't working. Okay. If you can't speak, that's okay. Just let me know in the chat if you're go good. Hello. Okay, I think Sarah Sarah, I'm not sure if we're no, it's okay. It's okay. You're here. Okay, I think your mic isn't working, so I guess um we can just have you type your answers in the chat. Maybe you can volunteer someone from your fellow mangaka here in the Zoom to read your log lines for you. Who do you wanna volunteer? I'm giving you the power to choose someone. Yeah. Pick anyone, anyone. Okay, Ichiri went first. So Ichiri, take do Sarah a solid and read this for us, please.
Hello.
Hi.
Reading the first one. A mob enforcer turned idol manager is mysteriously murdered alongside his V teenage client, only to wake up as his younger orphan self, now determined to become a child actor and take revenge on their killers.
Mm.
Version 2. A man who is in the mob is killed and goes back in time to when he was an orphanage and is forced to face his past and become a child actor to get his revenge against those who murdered him. Version 3. A man is forced to take care of a teenage idol who owes the mob debt, and after the two of them gets murdered by the mob, the man goes back in time to get his revenge for the child who could never got his wish. Oh,
Aw. Nice, nice, nice.
my
Thank you so
Shayla.
much. My Shayla. Eh, yes, I'm not old enough to not know that reference. Thank
Let's
you,
go.
Ichiri. Let's go. Thank you, Ichiri. Thank you for reading the Sarah's log lines for us. Okay, so all right, I'm already seeing people saying what their preferred log line is. Amar says version one, definitely. Okay, what about the others? I want to know the reason why. Why is your preferred version the version? And why is what do you call this? Why are the others not as interesting? I want to hear your answers. Okay. All right. There are people typing in the chat. Noise. Okay. Okay, so Peter says between 1 and 3 conveys the feelings well, but 1 conveys the story better. Okay, version 1 sounds really awesome. Amar says it gives the idea of the whole series. What will it be about? And also a good hook. King, okay, King has a different answer. 2 seems the clearest to me, but I don't really grasp the idea at all. Okay. So for Jim, version 1 shows the setting. I think it's going to be really funny. Okay. That's a unique answer. Funny in what way? I'm actually curious to hear about that. Okay, so Shannon says version 3 because it gives some good context of what the story will be. Nathan says 1 communicates the tone best and promises twists and turns. Okay, 25. 825 says 1 gives just enough while still leaving me with questions. 3, for example, provides too much regarding the killer's identity and relationship between the mob boss and idol. Okay, these are very interesting points. So let's do a deep dive, okay? So I actually agree with a lot of people here who say version 1. I would say version 1 is the most interesting, but I will also admit that as someone who knows about your story for the first time, Sarah, I also share the same opinion as Peter. It reminds me of Oshinoko, which is not bad. Okay, I don't think it's a bad thing that it reminds you of an existing popular work. The only challenge that you could potentially have, like I feel like this is a very well written log line out of your 1 2 3. I feel like this is the best one, leaves enough mystery but doesn't necessarily rob people of understanding what goal needs to be or what obstacle needs to be overcome, I would say. um Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Savannah. Don't worry. Don't worry. You can. No, no, no. Don't worry. Don't worry. You can. Feel free to type on chat if you're having issues with your mic. Okay, it's okay. All right. Yeah. So, um, okay, where was my train of thought? Yeah. So, I feel like O's the mob. The thing about version 3 that is better than version 1, like in terms of like how it's written, version 1 is technically written better, but version 3, because you see, version 1 and 2 is very much giving Oshinoko in a way, but what's unique about version 3 is it sets what this is how my story, Sylvana's story, is different from Oshinoko. There's a different inciting incident. Okay, because this teenage idol owes a debt to a loan shark or something, or a mob person. So if there's a way you can find, if there's a way for you to um incorporate this incident into the version 1, then that gives your story enough uniqueness. It sets it apart from an existing popular work. Because even if this is a well written log line, if I was a snotty butt kind of editor, I'd be like, we already have Oshinoko. Like, can you give me something else? This is your something else. Yeah. Yeah. So, um, for your version 2, okay, he goes back in time. Like, I I think you can type your answers here, because what I want to know is, will most of the story happen in the past? Yeah. Will most of the story happen in the past? Because version 2 places more emphasis on the journey, the mystery. And not it's more focused on the man, and the child actor kind of feels like more of a, I forgot the term. I'm sorry, but there's this terminology used to describe, I don't know, like a character who is just a plot device, which is not wrong. Some supporting characters are okay with being considered a plot device. An example I can give you guys, if you're familiar with um Steins Gate Zero, where Kurisu, I forgot the name. It's been a while since I've watched that. Like, there's a character there that was a main character in the original Steins Gate, that in version 2 is just functions as a plot device, which is not necessarily wrong because it drives the story. It But yeah, Kurisu. Yeah, thank you, Peter. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna linger too much. I would say, Sarah, your story has potential if you can find a way to marry. Why is it? I'm seeing a pattern here. Why are people's versions 1 and 3 the best ones? Yeah, okay. Noise. Okay. The main story is the main character getting ahead in life. Unlike it. Okay, so it really is more focused on the man. Okay. So maybe try to make more versions of your story to best the, because if we are to see this story mainly from the man's POV, and even though we have the serious incident of a child that was killed, a child actor that was killed, and the driving force behind his journey, his revenge story is like this incident, but that's not necessarily what you want to focus on in the long run. It has to reflect in your log line. Okay. All right. Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, and I think that's about it actually. So thank you so much, guys, for participating in this. We're gonna be wrapping up in 10 minutes, but if you need to leave, that's okay. I'm sorry that it took us a bit, but yeah. And of course, hang on, where did my little presenter window go? There we go. Okay, so we appreciate you guys for partaking in this activity, and the parting words that I will say. Okay, so remember, when you are working on your log line, remember these tips. Keep it short and simple. Highlight your character's goal, conflict, and stakes. check different angles, make versions 1, 2, and 3, and then make sure to test your log line with other people. See what fits, see what best describes your story, and go from there. And that is how you hook readers with one sentence. Yay! So, for those who want to know how to continue polishing up their log lines and maybe even improve the way that they storyboard their manga, they tell stories using manga, then stay until the end for the Q&A. And now that you know what a log line is and how to make one, I want to ask you guys this. It's basically the same thing I asked you earlier. Do you have an awesome idea but can't figure out how to make it work? You feel like your drawings don't really show how cool your story is, and you dream of making a one shot that gets published or wins contests but feel stuck and unsure how to do it. If you are any of these kinds of people, type yes if you relate. Yeah. Woohoo. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm seeing the yeses in the chat. Nice. Yes. Okay. So, if you relate to any of these, then we're inviting you to apply to our one-shot manga drawing program. So, just like our students, you'll learn everything from manga drawing basics to crafting a full one-shot manga from start to finish. Now, here's what some of our students say about the program. So yeah, we have Donovan who was able to get to this much storyboards in just 4 months, and we have Courtney's progress in just 9 months from the weird. I'm sorry Courtney if you're watching this from the she has improved drastically in the way that she panels and inks her work. So we're so proud of her, and she's gearing up to join a contest this year. So good luck. And we also have Eduardo's progress after 5 months. He was able to finish his one shot for Manga Plus creators. This manga in particular is already featured in our community in YouTube. So to make sure to check it out. And we also have Garrett's progress in just 1 month. He is able to improve the way that he panels, his perspectives, his character drawings. He has done it. Yeah, he's made it and he's continuing to improve alongside our other classmates in the program right now. So now that you've seen their results and you've seen how happy they are with the community and guidance from mentors, my question for you is, do you want in too? And if you want in, I want to hear it in the chat. Yay! Yay! Jim says saving up for it as we speak. Yes, and once you guys are ready, we can't wait to have you in the class. Honestly, things are exciting in the program right now. A lot of people are joining contests, and we're like, going overtime helping these kids out. Oh my gosh! If you want to make your time making manga more meaningful and more productive, then our one-shot manga drawing program is for you. We are on a mission to accelerate your growth all while having fun learning together. You'll have amazing mangaka mentors to guide you in this journey. We've got Steph Pastrana, who's a pro webtoon artist of Me and Her and a professional illustrator and mentor for Artillery Philippines. We also have the one and only Naoya Yazawa, the creator of Wedding Peach and Isolated Zone, and we also have Rena Saya, who's also working on a manga series right now and has worked with authors to create how to draw manga books and is also teaching in Tokyo. And of course, we have the one and only Odd Crumbs, the creator of the God's Bane series and the Viz Originals one shot Onami. Okay, so by joining our program, you get to work with these amazing pro mangaka mentors, as well as the student success team to help you every step of the way. And of course, we're not just taking in anyone. We want to work with aspiring manga artists, like I mentioned earlier. If you're only here to learn art, a different kind of art, then this is not the program for you, and that's okay. But if you're someone who wants to become a manga artist, who want to be empowered, then You have to be at least 18 years old and comfortable writing and speaking in English. You're a beginner who wants to learn how to draw manga and start telling your own stories. You got a passion for manga and dream of getting published or winning contests with your original work. And you're seeking confidence and a supportive, sometimes very, very hyperactive and and uh, passionate community to share your art and grow as a manga artist. And if this sounds like you, then you're invited to apply and join our one shot manga drawing program. We only accept applicants who are 18 years old and above. And if you are that kind of person, then you can book a free consultation call using this QR code and this link. I'll be posting this link here in the Zoom chat as well. And I'm gonna give you guys about 5 minutes to book a call for those who already want to take this chance, because it doesn't come by every day that you have this chance to join. And while we're waiting on the people to fill out the what do you call this, the application form, I'm gonna give you guys some 5 minutes to answer a few questions while we're waiting. Okay, I see that. Okay, King says they're in high school. I won't be able to enter. It's okay, King. We still have the videos. We will continue to have these workshops every month. I think we're gonna be having a Yonkoma draw together session this month. So stay tuned. I believe that it's gonna be announced in the YouTube channel. Um, in the coming days. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but we will have one this month. Yeah, we will continue to have these workshops for you guys, okay? Until you are ready. Once you turn 18, once you're ready to commit to the more difficult training process, because our current students right now, they're they're doing cartwheels, trying to chase deadlines for the contest or practicing their storyboards. So the training in the private classes are a lot more intense. So while you're not qualified to join yet, we will continue having these events to prepare you for the bigger ocean. Yeah. Okay, for Kings and one. Oh yeah, just one more year. We're gonna be here, King. Don't worry. All right. For Shannon, are this a one and done chance? Oh, we will continue to have these. Yeah. Well, one and done chance. What do you mean? Sorry, just want to clarify what you mean by that. Jennifer says, "I'm still on the budget." That's okay, you know. We're gonna be here. We're gonna continue. We'll continue to be here until you're ready. Yes. Yeah, another Yonkoma challenge. It's a Yonkoma challenge, but slightly different. It's a workshop. Yeah, it's gonna be a workshop. On the 22nd. Thank you, Candice. Thank you so much. You'll be having a workshop on the 22nd. Yeah. Okay. The second session be the same. It's gonna be the same, Amar. It's for the EU peeps who couldn't make it tonight. Yeah. But if you want to join again, sometimes you learn something new. If you want to hear about other people's log lines later, there's a lot to learn from hearing about the feedback other people get. Mm-mm. Oh, okay, so for those who are wondering, if you already got the consultation call, do you only have one chance at it? Not necessarily, because sometimes, maybe in your first call, we realized maybe you're not quite ready yet. But you're free to apply again if you feel that you're ready, because the thing is, who we are looking for are people who really, really want in, who are ready to make the time, the effort, the commitment to be better, may become the kind of mangaka that they want to be. Okay, because the thing is, we've had students who did not get accepted in their first call, but after a year they applied again, and then we saw the how much work that they put in. We saw that they're ready. Maybe they're of age, or maybe they're financially ready, or maybe they don't. They finally are confident enough to make the time to work on the program, then that's the time that we accept them. It depends on what happens during your call. So if you or anyone here who already scheduled a call before didn't make it, you can try again. Yeah. Yeah. As well, send the log line and email. Yeah, sure, why not? Um, it may take a while for us to respond, but you can rest assured we'll respond. Yeah. uh okay, Yonkama workshop like this. Are we required to make Yonkama? What's gonna happen in the Yonkama challenge is we're gonna do a draw together challenge, a timed Yonkama. It's different from the one we did before where you send stuff in and then we choose. This time it's gonna be similar to how it is in the log line. I'll show you a prompt. You're gonna make something in the time frame and then I'm gonna choose randomly. Yeah. So looking forward to that because that's kind of exciting. Yeah. All right. Okay, so how many of you guys booked the manga consultation call? Yeah. What would you say is the landscape like for mangaka outside Japan looking to enter the industry? I mean, we have mangaka who are based outside of Japan. A good example is Art Crumbs, who is, Art Crumbs is based in the U.S. And they're working with Hisashi-san in Viz Originals, the Bakuman guy. I remember the Bakuman guys, like their editor. Yeah. What is asked in the consultation call? Book one to figure that out. Book one so you can find out. Okay. Same time as this one. Yes, it's always gonna be 7 p.m. Central for the US time zone. And then 1 p.m. Central Europe time for you EU. Mm-hmm. Nice, nice one, Jim. I'm glad you had that call with Trisha. Yeah, so you're gonna get to talk to Trisha or the leader of the Learn to Draw manga team once you yeah. Okay, so all right. So anyways, guys, make sure to like take a screenshot of this QR code, or you can let me just put the link here again and make sure you bookmark that, fill it out, and save it because we are already a little bit over time. I apologize because we had like that little technical issue earlier. Um, but I look forward. I'm hoping that I'll see one of you guys in our private Zoom sessions in the future with the rest of our enrolled students. And let me leave you these final words, these parting words. Where will you be tomorrow if you start today? That's the question. Take that leap. Take that leap. Be one of us. Be one of us and grow and become the mangaka that you are destined to be. Yay. All right, that's about it, everyone. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you so much. I look forward to having you in class real soon. Stay awesome, and we'll see you in the next one. Yay! Thank you guys. Great job. Great work on your log lines. Keep on at it. Keep making those log lines even outside of this workshop, okay? All right. Good luck, everyone. I'm excited to see you in class. Take care. Bye bye. Mata ne. Mata ne. Bye, everyone. Yay. Thank you so much, guys. Mata ne. Bye bye.